What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com.
Here are my DFS picks for NFL Week 8 sleeper picks.
These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button
And hit that bell icon.
so you don't miss our new videos.
In this video, I'm going to give you some of my top DFS sleeper picks.
Super low priced and low ownership players that could crush value this week and give your lineup an advantage over the field. These are risky plays, meant for large tournaments only. Don't go all in on any of these guys. They are high risk, high reward picks. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made.
Okay guys, NFL Week 8, let's take a look at the quarterback position. My sleeper pick at the quarterback position is Josh Allen from the Buffalo Bills playing the New England Patriots, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall. And although they've been pretty good versus opposing quarterbacks, Josh Allen has averaged 26.7 fantasy points per game on the season, getting an average of 6.9 rush attempts per game. He got 11 rush attempts last week. He scored 20 fantasy points. He's only going to be about 2% owned, projected at 20.6 fantasy points here in Week 8. He's 7,000 DraftKings salary and 1,200 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 40.5 points scored in this game, with the Bills favored by 4. So the reason I like this sleeper pick is because it's going to be a bad weather game, and Josh Allen might get a ton of rush attempts in this game. He could be the leading rusher, score a couple of rushing touchdowns. So I like Josh Allen here versus the New England Patriots. Okay, let's take a look at the running back position. My sleeper pick at the running back position is Daryl Henderson Jr. from the LA Rams playing the Miami Dolphins, who have a good defense overall, but they give up the 8th most fantasy points to opposing running backs. Daryl Henderson Jr. has averaged 12.6 fantasy points per game on the season, getting an average of 12.4 rush attempts per game and 2 pass targets per game. He's only going to be about 2% owned, projected at 12.8 fantasy points here in Week 8. He's 5,900 DraftKings salary and 200 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 45.5 points scored in this game, with the Rams favored by 3.5. So I like Daryl Henderson Jr. here versus the Miami Dolphins.
Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all the tools for NFL, MLB is still going, NBA is right around the corner. This is a great time to get in and try everything for 1 month. The tools are all about saving research time. You can see the last 3 games, the fantasy points per game, the targets they got per game, so you can see how involved they are in the offense, the rushes they got per game. Seeing all this stuff on one screen helps you save time and make better picks. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups.
Okay, let's take a look at the wide receiver position. My sleeper pick at the wide receiver position is Jerry Jeudy from the Denver Broncos playing the LA Chargers, who have the 13th worst defense overall. And although they've been pretty good versus opposing wide receivers, Jerry Jeudy has averaged 8.9 fantasy points per game on the season, getting an average of 6.2 pass targets per game. He's only going to be about 1% owned, and he's on the field for 70% of the snaps, projected at 10.7 fantasy points here in Week 8. He's 4,800 DraftKings salary and 800 more on FanDuel. So Tim Patrick, he's questionable. He didn't practice Friday leading into this weekend, So if he's out, I like Jerry Jeudy here. He should get a couple more pass targets, and he's already averaging 6.2 pass targets per game on the season, so I like that pass volume. And Vegas thinks there's going to be 44.5 points scored in this game, with the Broncos trailing by 3.5. So you got a passing game script, so I like Jerry Jeudy here versus the LA Chargers. Okay, moving on to the tight end position. My sleeper pick at the tight end position is Jimmy Graham from the Chicago Bears playing the New Orleans Saints, who have the 8th worst defense overall, and they give up the 2nd most fantasy points to opposing tight ends. Jimmy Graham has averaged 10.6 fantasy points per game on the season, getting an average of 6 pass targets per game. He's on the field for 71% of the snaps, and he's only going to be about 2% owned, projected at 9.2 fantasy points here in Week 8. He's $4,600 DraftKings salary and $800 more on FanDuel. Vegas thinks there's going to be 43 points scored in this game, with the Chicago Bears trailing by 4. So you've got a fantastic matchup here and a passing game script. So I like Jimmy Graham here versus the New Orleans Saints.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smiggity smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NFL slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.